show. I'd now like to introduce a respected psychiatrist who bucked the trend. The man who scientifically investigated children who remember past lives. The one, the only, Ian Stevenson!
All right. Who the hell are you?
Why, hello, Mr. Gray. Thank you so much for bringing me back from the most violent Earth over here to your Earth P11. For over 40 years, I've been wrestling with one of the biggest questions there is. What happens after we die?
You mean, what happens to humans when they die? Us puppets just get re-sleeved. Right, Mary?
That's right. As fourth density beings, we've got more options.
Yeah, options! Continue on, human!
I risked my whole career studying this, and plenty of people called me a heretic. My goal wasn't really to prove reincarnation, I was just searching for that one white crow, a single case that modern science simply couldn't explain away. I had to be extremely careful and rigorous. My golden rule was to write down everything a child said before we ever tried to verify it. Almost like preparing a case for a jury. That was the only way to make sure we weren't influencing them or falling for a hoax. My team and I traveled all over the world, India, Turkey, Alaska, rural America, and we found over 2,500 of these incredible cases of young children who remembered past lives. We started noticing clear patterns. The memories would pop up out of nowhere when the kids were between 2 and 5 years old, and then they'd usually fade by the time they were 8. And here's a really disturbing pattern. In over 70% of the cases we could trace, the past life ended violently or suddenly, but the most powerful evidence for me was physical. In about a third of the cases, a child would be born with a birthmark or a rare defect that was an exact match for a fatal wound from the life they remembered. We managed to get autopsy reports for 49 of these cases, and in 43 of them, the records confirmed the link. I mean, imagine a boy born with 2 birthmarks that line up perfectly with where a bullet entered and exited someone's body. I'll never forget a little Indian girl that described a past life. Specifically, we were able to verify over 50 specific facts she remembered.
Now, my work doesn't give any easy answers, and I can't say it definitively proves reincarnation, but it does represent a huge collection of carefully documented evidence that really challenges how we think about reality. It forces us to ask some fundamental questions. What if the brain doesn't create consciousness, but is more like a radio receiver that just tunes into it? What if there's a part of us, a core self, that actually continues on after the body is gone? This research just demands that we open our minds and expand our definition of what it means to be human. Again,
Mary,
thank
quick,
you so much,
which
Mr.
button
Gray.
do I
The green
push?
one.
I really do hope
Push
we
the
can meet
green
again.
one.
Oh fuck, what have you done? I was going to be reincarnated.
Well, now that we have our first guest frozen in our lab, what should we do?
Well, he pretty much told us everything he knows. He didn't build a UFO, and he's not a psychic. So maybe we should send him back.
All right, I'm sending this one back. Don't you regret it, Mary.
Oh, Mr. Gray. Not again.
Fire!